What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Rick and Morty video. So the finale aired and I absolutely thoroughly loved it. Serialization and the long running story returns for the finale to make one of the most enjoyable episodes in quite a while, as Rick is sidestepped to make way for Beth to prove just how much of a badass she really is. We were told to forget of the story and we were made to think it would just be a series of one-off episodes in the future, but a popular fan theory that Beth is, well, a clone is confirmed here, and Beth wanted to live a life of adventure as she did in the season 3 finale, so Rick actually make her a clone to have her live her life with him, but also live the exciting life she actually wants. She wanted to come back and return, but they are two different people, but they are sort of the same. We start off with the Galactic Federation making a return here, but it's just the new Galactic Federation who have a weapon made by Wrangler genes that can destroy a planet. Of course, this is a take on Star Wars, and the new Galactic Federation is just a take on the Star Wars movies and the First Order, how they basically have the same despot villain and even the same weapon but bigger and better, and this is what the story focuses around. It is just a parallel of Star Wars and the changing of the guards somewhat here. Rick has slowly started to prefer the Beth clone who still lives at home with him because, well, everything he wants in his life is to be normal, he wants everything else to be okay, and he wants to go off and do his own thing because, you know, he's very, very selfish. He seemingly, like I said, created this at the end of season 3. We all thought that she was maybe a clone at the end there, and I guess we were right here, and not even Rick can actually tell them apart. The badass clone has gone on a war against the Federation, and just like her father, has become the most wanted, pushing Rick out of being essential and further riffing on Star Wars as, well, she's a female leading it, and of course, Daisy Ridley as Rey led Star Wars there in the Disney sequels. So this is pretty much a changing of the guard, like I said, and they are swapping over. Every episode where Rick has faced the Galactic Federation, this is now just swapped with, well, Beth taking over and her being her father pretty much. Tammy returns here once more, and Jerry is useful in this episode, which goes to show just how much Rick has fallen from grace. Summer and Morty are even finally getting along together, as the start of the episode they weren't, and they've actually learned to share, and now they're getting together. Morty said it's their arc, they're getting along together, and that's it. They can't compete with the main story, and that we just have to get along with it, and we have to understand it. That's happening. It's not Citizen Kane, like he said. Rick says that he himself has to go and do a Star Wars and blow up the huge machine that is now threatening Earth. I love once again the parallels of the episode of Rick fighting the Federation and how this is essentially a changing of the guard. Tammy is killed, and Rick says it's revenge for making him go to a wedding, which, as you recall, was where Tammy actually outed herself and killed Bird Person. Little did Rick know he was actually reborn later, and also Rick says it's for killing his best friend, but he, as always, says that that is an afterthought because, well, he's just an absolute awful person. He wanted revenge for being minorly inconvenienced and going to a nice wedding, but, well, friend being murdered, yeah, he didn't really care about that until he kind of thought about it. Family are now the rebels, and badass Beth and Mum actually bond together as the crew play the part of the Rebel Alliance to go and destroy the corporate-sponsored Death Star. It was funny how Jerry went from using puppets and being outed as pathetic to not even being able to urinate in front of people, even while wearing an invisibility device. Yes, he reaches new levels of absolutely pathetic, but he is not the worst part of the episode, and, well, he's just now kind of generally accepted as being useless. As the crew proceed, Rick is forced to face Bird Person, or as he calls himself, PP, and Tammy gets the weekend at Bernie's treatment. We are treated to one of the best fight scenes the show has ever had, as Rick fights off against Phoenix Person, and we get Mortal Kombat style shots of their organs and bones being wrecked, and Rick even has an armor for his heart. How poetic. Bird Person is finally beaten, and the story has actually been progressed from seasons ago. That is absolutely amazing that they are just kind of doing this sporadically. Well, if they want to do one-off episodes and sporadically progress a story every now and then, I don't really mind if it's going to be this level of caliber. Wrangler genes destroy the machine, and the banter between the bugs are some of the best parts of the episode. With the day saved, they realise that they work together perfectly, and there is pure harmony with the family. But we've had this before when Rick was sidelined, and Jerry was seemingly the alpha male, and, well, Rick then went on to engineer a rift just a few seasons ago. So I don't know how long he will actually be sidelined. We have also no idea who the real Beth is, and to be honest, it doesn't matter. As I said, they want to do a Freaky Friday in the future, but the Lindsay Lohan one, yeah, the best one. We even got a mind-blower reference, as Rick did not seemingly want to know which one was the correct Beth, and as we saw looking back, we will never actually know. We are unsure if the Galactic Federation are no more, as this is just the first or the second Star Wars and Death Star being destroyed, so maybe we will see the evil Morty perhaps, which would be very, very nice, but I guess this is all the story we're getting for now, and I would expect expect that they do a South Park, and in the opening of the next season, they just actually kind of don't really reference it whatsoever, but I would expect they are looming. While the season had a rocky start, the first half it was a bit weak, the second half was amazing. I mean, the first half did have some good episodes. I absolutely adored the Snake episode, but here this was just so much better, and I really love the fact they progressed the story once again, and yes, they do want to do that. PP has now been taken by Rick, which is extra dark as he is a zombie on the wall there, and Rick will presumably start rebuilding his best friend. I wonder what knowledge there is inside of him. Rick is either going to atone for his sins as he started to maybe realize that he is awful, or he will go absolutely loco and destroy them and prove he is needed and things like that. So that is it for this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Please do subscribe with notifications on if you want more videos, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.